What's up guys? For today's video, in this box right here, I have a super cheap and really functional accessory for your John boat. This is one of my favorite kind of mods because it's super affordable, it's really easy to install, and it's very, very functional. All right, so before we jump into the unboxing and the installation, if you guys are new to the channel, my name's Mike. I like to fix up boats. This boat here, I've been working on for the last couple of months. If you want to get caught up to everything I've done to get to this point, I'll have a playlist in the description that goes over everything, every step of the way. All right, let's go ahead and get this out of the box and see what it's all about. This is the Hoheen kayak track mounts. It's nice, comes with a set of black screws. We have our mounts here. Okay, it's pretty decent quality. The plastic is not flexible at all. It feels very rigid. That's what you want for a mount. You want a nice stable base. These are actually really strong. That's awesome. This is the 2-pack, and this is the 10.5 inch size. I thought that the 10.5 inch would give you enough room to actually mount 2 accessories, especially because you got a little bit of it taken up using the inlet port. So yeah, I think this is gonna work really well. All right, so with these unboxed, I have a couple different ideas on how I wanna utilize them. My first thought was to have them up in the front of the boat here and put one on each side down the sides. That would allow me to mount fishing rod holders up here, which is my main goal for it. However, I'm thinking that this might not be where I'm gonna be doing most of my fishing. So I'm also considering it up here on the center bench. That way I can fish from the back seat and then set my rods up here, or perhaps all the way back here. I'm just trying to think about how it's gonna be the most useful for the people in the boat. The best idea would be to get 2 sets of these and mount them on each. Actually, maybe 3 sets of these and mount them on each bench seat, including the front deck. But since I only have 2, I just want to make sure that these get utilized in the best way that they can. So I think as just a safe place to install these, the middle bench is going to be useful no matter where you are in the boat. Whether you're fishing from the front, the back, they're going to get use here. So installation of these is going to be really simple. I'm just going to go ahead and ride it right down one of the stripes on each side. I'm gonna try to center it on the bench, and then that way you'll have a nice fishing rod holder spot on both sides of the boat. I'm gonna pre-drill a couple holes, and I'm gonna use the included screws to see if they're gonna be long enough. If not, I have other stainless screws I can use, but this should be enough to get me started. As I said, I'm lining it up with the black stripe to keep everything looking straight. This looks good all the way down. So what I'm gonna do is start with a drill hole and then see if the included screws will work. Yeah, right here looks good. And now before I drill the next hole, I wanna get a screw in here. That way I can make sure that it's centered on the hole. Oh, perfect, yeah. Those screws work just fine. I'm using just a hand screwdriver since the aluminum for the bench lids is a little thin. I don't want to strip it out. And also this is plastic, so you don't want to crack the plastic. But yeah, that actually went on perfect. That looks really good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drill out all the holes, get all the screws in, and then this side will be done. All right, so they got this one installed. This is also what I meant by I liked that the black stripes were in the foam because it matches some of the accessories I'm gonna be putting on here. Now that we're starting to get the black accents in here, I think it's all gonna really tie together well. This is actually perfect. Every screw went in fine, no problems. I'm 99% sure those are stainless screws. They're not magnetic. I do like that they're coated in paint. That way they're gonna hold up to the elements much better. As I said, the plastic itself is very, very rigid. I have no issues with using this. Now, you can also mount things like fish finders and cups and trays and things like that too. Basically, any kind of T-track accessory is gonna work on these. My thought was to put it as fishing rod holders because I sometimes struggle on how to add fishing rod holders to the boat because there's not always a lot of great options, but I really like the clean look of the kayak tracks, so I'm gonna roll with that for now. With that one on, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and we can take a look at how it all looks at the end. All right, so same deal. I'm gonna come right in on the center. Okay, so with this installed and lined up, I'm gonna go ahead and run through the rest of the screws here, get this side installed, and then I think I actually have an accessory I can try on here to see how it works. All right, well, there you have it. This is one of my favorite kind of mods. It's super cheap, it's really easy to install, and it's highly functional. These T-Tracks can work for a variety of boat and kayak accessories, all of which is relevant for a John boat. Always wanted to add these into the last boat, but I never got around to it, so I'm really glad I got to try them out on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the accessory I have for this. We'll try them out to make sure these tracks actually work, and if so, I'll have some links in the description for you guys to find not only these tracks, but also accessories that go with them. All right, so before I wrap this up, I did end up having one T-Track accessory I can show you guys how it works with. So this is just your regular T-Track mount. This will work for pretty much any kind of T-Track items. You just slide this in onto the track here, put it where you want it to go. We'll have it about right there. Then you just twist it to tighten it up. There you go. And now you've got a cup holder. I don't have any cups out here, but there you go. So this is just a really quick example on what you can do with these T-Track mounts. They're really useful, and they can be used for a lot of different items. This is a different type of rod holder, but you can get these with T-Track bases. So just another example, you can kind of put that on the mount there. And that'll kind of give you an idea of the way you can utilize these. So I think on a boat like this, you could really put them on each bench seat and even on the top platforms. I feel like that would be a really cool way to have versatile accessory mounting all over the boat. That way, if you don't need them, they're easy to come off to, you know, give yourself more room around the boat. But when you do need them, you can move cup holders or fishing rod holders or even graphs and stuff like that. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do with these. I highly recommend them. And the brand that I found on Amazon was plenty affordable. So like I said, I'll throw some links in the description for you guys to check them out yourself. I'll also throw some links in the description for some different T-Track accessories. That way, if you guys do go with this kit, you can also outfit your boat with a couple different things. All right, guys, well, I hope you found this helpful. This is just a quick video I wanted to put together after finding a really cool accessory. I really love finding these cheap, easy to install accessories for your boats. To me, this is what makes the whole boat building and tiny boat and boat restoration stuff fun, is when you don't need to put a ton of money into something, but the little things really make a big difference. If you can kind of notice around the boat, I've been working on some other projects while I was getting this video recorded. In the next video, I've started work on the bench tops and getting the rest of the boat painted. So we're gonna have some really cool stuff coming up here soon. If you want to see more videos on this boat here, don't forget to subscribe. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Thanks for watching.